The other day, some white woman on a bus in Charlotte, North Carolina was stabbed in the neck by some black dude with dreads. And a bunch of people were outraged, pissed off. Not because some woman was murdered while riding the bus to her job, but because the mainstream media news people didn't cover the story. And according to them, they didn't cover it in the same way that it would if it was a white person who killed a black person. Do I agree with that? Yes. They were also saying that it didn't cover it because it wasn't part of the narrative. And that is the part which I disagree with. I think them not covering it was a part of their narrative. Because by this time, it is very, very well known that there are people who think that they are only covering it in one direction and pushing it one way, and they don't want to show the people who are the actual criminals or committing the actual crimes, majority, however it is that you would like to word that. So they knew good and goddamn well that them not covering this as a news story would get the exact sort of backlash and outrage that it is getting now, which was the point. I feel like people are so caught up arguing with this, they hate white people, they hate black people, all of this nonsense, that they are missing the actual point. And the actual point is all of this is about keeping people divided, regardless of the color of your skin. I believe that the idea that all of this is some sort of result of white supremacy is the most small-minded shit in the world. Are people racist? Yes, absolutely. Some people are racist. But the idea that everything is just built around lifting up all of the white people is ridiculous. Because the people that they are referring to, the powers that be, whoever it is that you would like to call them, the people in charge of things, shadow figures, the deep state, whatever words it is you would like to use, don't like poor white people either, because nobody likes the poor people, because poor people are terrible, regardless of the color of your skin. And when you only focus on one of these narratives, then you are still sitting here going along with the exact system that you are attempting to go against, to buck, whatever it is that you would like to call it. It is all playing by the rules of their game, which, once again, the point is division. When you see this thing and the black people say, oh, they're just holding down the black people and all of this racism stuff, all it does is alienate the white people, which causes the white people to sit there and push back and then actually have a problem with the black people. But this is people doing this amongst each other, because what they really want, what they, again, powers that be, whoever it is you like to quantify that as, does not want is for people to come together, so people stay divided. And all of these people play right into it, arguing about all of this nonsense and all of this, oh, if it was a white person who killed a black person, it would be front page news. Yes, it is, because they want you to be outraged about this. They want the white people to be outraged because they're not showing the black people. They want the black people to be outraged because the white people are killing them. They want all of these things. And this is what it is that is supposed to happen. You're not perceiving anything when you point these things out. You're not uncovering anything, you're not exposing anything, you are just going along with what it is that you are supposed to be told, or supposed to be thinking, and playing the same thing. Because once again, the ultimate game, or the point of the game, the ultimate point of the game is division. It's just like if you go and look at the prisons, right? The prisons are all divided up racially. At least that's how it works in California, from what I hear. I've not been, from people that I know who have been to prison, I've not been to prisons anywhere. But at least in California, West Coast, they're all divided up by races, right? The white people, the blacks, the Mexicans, the Asians. And it's very easy to sit there and think that the prisoners did this amongst themselves. But to me, what makes logical sense is that the people in charge of running the prisons are the ones who instituted, in whatever capacity that they did it, this racial division. Because they know that if the blacks are fighting the whites, or fighting the Mexicans, or fighting the Asians, or fighting the blacks in that so-on circular thing, then they don't have time to come together and overthrow the guards and the wardens and take over the prisons. You need the prisoners fighting amongst each other so they do not try and fight you. That is the exact same thing in the rest of the country. The Democrats fight the Republicans so they don't come together and understand that the people who are actually causing the problems are the people who are in charge, and they are all the same, and everyone down here is the same. But one side, the left, blames the right blames the left, and everyone's bickering amongst each other while the people at the top do whatever it is that they want. It's the same thing with the black people and the white people. The black people fight the white people fight the black people, while the people up top do whatever it is that they would like. The gay people fight the straight people who gets to gay. All of this is nonsense. And all of these narratives are stupid and small-minded to sit here and play into. So while you're busy sitting here arguing about your nonsense about they hate black people, they hate white people, they want to get rid of this, they want to get rid of that, you are doing exactly what it is that they want you to be doing while claiming that you are fighting against the system, because you are a dumbass. And the only thing that you could possibly do, that anybody could possibly do to go on and fight against the system, is to become the absolute best version of yourself, get in great shape, make a bunch of money, and inspire other people to do the exact same thing. And then you won't need them, and you won't be their little puppet, and you won't be falling for all of these games. Because regardless of anything, they have turned people being murdered into just the furthering of narratives. Nobody cares about the person who was murdered. I'm not saying they should. It's not even possible to care about everybody. It's a nonsensical idea. But at the end of the day, nobody actually cares that this white woman was murdered, just like nobody cares about the black dude who gets murdered by the white person. All they care about is the narrative, and the narrative that they lead it down. The outrage, the upsetness, the anger around this woman's death is purely based on the fact that they aren't reporting it. And they aren't reporting it specifically so you feel this way. The outrage around any of the black people who get killed by whoever is the outrage that they want you to have. And it's not specifically about that person. It's about your, see, this is what the system does, white supremacy, all of that nonsense. But you thinking that these people give a shit about you or the color of your skin is absolutely asinine. They just took once upon a time, yes, back in the day, but this is not back in the day. This is not the 60s. This is not the 70s. This is not Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is not redlining. This is not any of that. This is now. This is currently. There are plenty of successful people of all different backgrounds. There are plenty of people in high up positions of all different backgrounds, and all of them look at all of you, all of us, whatever the case may be, the exact same. It is only you dumbasses arguing with each other about the color of your skin. I would argue that the majority of the white supremacist people are people who are of absolutely no consequence to the fucking world. It is a bunch of poor people and maybe middle management type people, but it's not the people running stuff. Maybe it is a little bit to whatever degree. That's perfectly fine. But this is still a small-minded belief around all of these things. You are fighting against the wrong things. You swear that you are fighting back against the system, but you are furthering the system by participating in the narratives that they want you to participate in. When this black guy murders this white woman and they don't tell you about it, you are not clever, you are not insightful, you are not woke, whatever word it is that you would like to use, because you have pointed this out. You're not highlighting something they don't want you to know. You're doing exactly what it is that they would like you to do. If they actually wanted to keep peace and racial harmony, then they would have reported on it, because they know good and goddamn well that them not reporting on it would have this exact sort of effect. And it had this exact sort of effect because it was meant to have this exact sort of effect. Stop getting wrapped up in everything going on outside in the world. None of that means anything, and it is simply there to distract you from doing what it is that you need to do, which is becoming stronger, becoming self-sufficient, making money, inspiring the people around you to do that, being able to take care of people and not relying on them and worrying about what it is that they have going on and falling for their lies in one direction or the other. If you go with it, you're falling for it. If you go against it, you are also falling for it. The only victory is a non-participation and removal of yourself from the narrative.